I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash, to give me your spirit to do this video. Let's jump right to it. Luke chapter 11, starting at verse 24. When the unclean spirit is going out of a man, he walketh through dry places. Now, what does the dry places represent? It represents vessels without oil, okay? Vessels without the living waters. And when you dry, a dry bone, you are fully possessed, 100% possessed, okay? Like when we were dry bones as a people before we woke up to this truth. We had no water. We were dry 100%, okay? So back from the top, when the unclean spirit is going out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, where he may dwell, okay, who he wants to possess, a possession. And findeth none, he saith, I will return unto my house whence I came out. And when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished. So the ones of you that woke up to this truth, if you were to start to fall out of this truth, this is what will happen, man. Okay? But one thing you have to understand is the seed that grows into this scripture, into this prophecy. Okay? Because certain guys around the world that wake up to this truth, they will fulfill this scripture. You just have to pray that it's not you. Okay? But it starts with that dry thought. The dry thoughts, man. Thoughts without water. Thoughts without wisdom. And those demons are doing what? They're working on your mind. That's what they're doing, man. And it starts with a dry thought. To see if you're going to bite. To see if you're going to eat it. Okay? Now you're going to get thoughts, man. You're going to get those dry thoughts. Those are going to happen. But it's what you do with those dry thoughts. Do you reject those dry thoughts? Or do you eat it, man? You don't need to eat it because it could be a fulfilling of going to this scripture, man. And you being on the outside looking in. So verse 25. And when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished. Swept. Okay, let's go to swept in the blue letter.
Strong's G 4563. Sarao. Sarao.
To sweep, clean by sweeping. So the oil that was in the individual, the water, got clean sweet. But it starts with a dry thought. Okay? The seeds of dry thoughts, man. So be careful. Because these demons are lurking around trying to do what? Trying to plant dry thoughts in your brain for you to eat it. So you can become dehydrated. They're coming to dehydrate you, man. Just like you see in the movies, man. A perfect example is The Mummy. There's a scene on The Mummy, or multiple scenes, of The Last Mummy with Tom Cruise, of the demon coming and doing what? Sucking that individual dry. Okay? Sucking that individual dry. Now that demon has power over you. 100%. Because you have no more water. You have no more protection. You have no more wisdom. Okay? You don't have the name. You can't even call it a name, man. Your lips won't even let you do it. Your lips won't even let you pray. Okay? That's why this is a straight gate, man. It's dangerous. Okay? It's not a game. It's dangerous, man. These demons are real. And they are around you, man, trying to accomplish this day in and day out. That's why the scripture says evil is sufficient the day thereof, man. It's enough in one day that you got to battle and fight. Okay? So it said swept and garnished. So now let's go to garnish in the blue letter.
Strong's G 2885. Cosmeo. Cosmeo.
To put in order, arrange, make ready. Just like if you're making the wedding ready, man. They make it ready for the wedding, for the people. Okay? It's prepared. Okay? So basically, you're making a wedding for Satan, man. So that y'all can be married, man. In the world. So, those certain demons that left, other demons came in. Because why? You fell for those dry thoughts. That demon that couldn't find rest, he said, hey, let's go back into where we came. Now let's go back to that scripture and read it all the way through. I'm going to start back from the top. Luke chapter 11, starting at verse 24. When the unclean spirit is going out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. He saith, I will return unto my house whence I came out. And when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh to him 7 other spirits, more wicked than himself. And that don't mean 7, okay? That 7 can mean any amount of demons, all right? So best believe he's going to bring a lot of demons. Why? Because the demon's goal is to fully possess that individual so that that individual does not get to water ever again, man. Okay? I'm going to repeat. So that individual does not get to the water, to this word, to become hydrated. Meaning that individual ain't going to have no repentance in himself. And it says, and they entered in and dwelled there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. And that's the scary part of this truth, man. Because you don't know who that is. You don't know, man. You don't know if that's you or not. You're praying and hoping, making your election calling sure that it's not you, but you don't know that's you. So what can you do, okay, to make your election calling sure? Pay attention. Be circumspect in the spirit. This is a spiritual war. So you have to understand when Satan, these demons are around you, man, placing dry thoughts in your head. You know what's dry and what's water, okay? You know, especially if you've been in this truth for years. You should know better, man. Now we know this flesh is horrible. Righteous man falls 7 times to get back up again. But that's no excuse, man. That's no excuse for not fighting, because if you come with that spirit, oh, it's just the flesh. No, man. We know the flesh is horrible. But damn it, we got a job to do, man. We have a job to do. And we have to offend less. So we can't be willfully sinning and being engulfed within dry thoughts, because it might be your end to the point where you never get to water again. All right? From there, let's go to Sirach chapter 30, verse 23. Love thy own soul and comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. Right, man. Sorrow has spiritually killed many. Okay? It has physically killed many, but it also has spiritually killed many. Made them dry. Why? Because everything in the world, they got caught up and entangled with the sorrow that comes with the world of no hope, no faith. And it's impossible to please Yahweh Shem Shai without faith. Meaning what? You're going to be dry. He ain't going to give you wisdom if you ain't pleasing him. Okay? It's impossible. All right? You got to believe first. You got to have faith to retain wisdom. Otherwise, you ain't going to retain her, man. You're going to lose it. And those demons going to replace her spot. From there, let's go to Psalm chapter 55, verse 22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. You hear that? He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. Moved where? Moved to the dry place. Moved back to bones. Okay? He's going to keep pumping that water in you, man, and building you up. Breaking you down, building you up. Breaking you down, building you up, man. That's what he does to his sons. Okay? From there, let's go to Isaiah chapter 58, verse 11. And the Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought, and make fat thy bones. And thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water, whose waters fail not. Right, man. He's going to keep pumping that water in you, man, so that you can combat those dry thoughts, man. You might fall. Righteous man falls 7 times to get back up again, but you ain't going to fall completely to the point where those demons engulf you, okay? You might have some dry moments. That's going to happen. But the Lord, in the scripture, it says, he shall guide thee continually, man. He shall pick you back up and not leave you there, man, to the point where those demons just jump on you, man, and say, come get him. He's open. All right? The Lord don't leave you open. All right? That's a blessing, man. You got to pray for that, man. Pray that he guides you continually, man. Pray that Yahweh Shem Shai guides you continually, okay? So you can endure to the end. That's the whole point, man. You want to endure to the end to make it, okay? All right, from there, let's go to Isaiah chapter 1, starting at verse 27. Zion shall be redeemed with judgment, and her converts with righteousness. And the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together, and they that forsook the Lord shall be consumed. For they shall be ashamed of the oaks which you have desired, and you shall be confounded for the gardens that you have chosen, the dry thoughts that you have chosen, that you ate. Okay? That's fruit, that way. Just like in the garden, man. When they ate of that fruit of the serpent, that way, that wicked way, that was a dry way. Okay? Which Yahweh told them not to go that way. So through us, the angels are around us with wisdom, and you hear that voice, man. That voice tell you not to do this, not to do that. Don't eat that dry fruit, that dry way. Okay? So let's read 29 again. For they shall be ashamed of the oaks which you have desired, and you shall be confounded for the gardens that you have chosen. For you shall be as an oak whose leaf fadeth. That's that drying up. Okay? And as a garden that have no water. And what happens with a garden that has no water? It dries up, man. Gets dehydrated. And the leaves become hard and flaky and they die off. All right? So with that, I hope all you can be edified. Hey, beware of dry thoughts and fight, man. Fight the good fight of faith. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Forgive me the spirit to do this video. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom, tell you Akamai that is due to truth and sincerity. Shalom.